I'd like to call to order the Hatfield Township Board of Commissioners regular meeting for August 23, 2017. Roll call.
President Zipfel.
Here.
Vice President Hughes.
Here.
Commissioner Andrus.
Here.
Commissioner Rogers. Commissioner Thomas.
Here.
I would like to ask two volunteers who every year come to our runs in Hatfield Township and hand out water, and they volunteer at every one of these events, and we can't thank you enough for doing that. Tina and Bob, we'd really appreciate it if you would lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance tonight. That's a small thank you. I was foolish enough to run this year's, the last race, and I noticed as I went by that years past you would have a dozen people helping you hand out water to runners. And then maybe a couple of years more recently, there were fewer and fewer. And this time it was just the two of you handing out water to every one of our runners. We want to say thank you very much for doing that. Pleasure. All right, is there a motion for approval of tonight's agenda?
So moved.
Motion by Vice President Hughes, second by Commissioner Thomas. All in favor of approving tonight's agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, our agenda is approved and we can move forward. Citizens' comments. Any citizens' comments on agenda items? No? All right, we're going to move on to our consent items. Is there a motion to move the consent items that are listed in your agenda into the record?
So moved.
Motion by Vice President Hughes, second by Commissioner Thomas. Those consent items are the Board of Commissioners regular meeting minutes of July 26, the engineer report and police report for the month of July, the HTMA meeting minutes of June 13, the treasurer's report of the month of July, and the bills payable, paid bills for the month of August, $62,836.77, and unpaid bills for the month of August, $664,794.07. With that, I'll call the question. All in favor of moving those items into the record, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, we can move those into the record. All right, we're going to jump right into committee reports. Planning and Zoning Committee. In Commissioner Rogers' absence, is there anything to report, Aaron?
No report, Mr. President.
Right, moving right along to Public Works Committee. Vice President Hughes.
All right. First thing I'll announce is the Walnut Street Bridge replacement project's done. The bridge is open. That's the fifth bridge in the last 5 years that we've replaced or repaired. The projects were over $4 million, and due to grants and stuff, it's only going to be 10% of township tax dollars. 2017 road paving program is over. We spent $700,000 on roads and handicap ramps, keeping the things in good condition. Public Works has been assisting the Parks Department and Aquatic Center for the events that we have throughout the township, and also cleaning and repairing stormwater system for the MS4. And Public Works is open on the third Saturday of each month from 8 to noon for recycling of branches and things like that.
I was getting ready to blow the whistle. I'm just joking.
Oh, no.
I'm just teasing. Just teasing. All right, thank you very much. Parks and Recreation Committee, Commissioner Thomas.
Thank you, President Zipfel. Okay, we have a good report. We did our last music feast on Monday night, and I think we had a record turnout. We're thinking we had close to 1,200 people attend Music Feast on Monday night for Real Diamond. It's an awesome concert. The weather held out for us, and we're looking forward to next year. Hatfield Aquatic Center will have adjusted operating hours for the final week of August through Labor Day. So Monday, the 28th of August through Friday, September 1st, pool hours will be from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then on Labor Day, September 4th, it'll be 11 to 6 for season pass holders, 1 to 6 for general public, and weekend hours will remain the same, 11 to 8 for season pass holders and 1 to 8 for general public. Dogapalooza is coming, a fundraising event for local rescue, animal welfare organizations, and the Hatfield Township Dog Park. There'll be raffle prizes, silent auctions, and a snack bar. That takes place on Saturday, September 9th. We have a rain date of Sunday, September 10th. It's from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Aquatic Center. It's $5 per person and then $10 per dog. Our Get Fit series continues. So we have a series in the fall. You can register for new classes. We have a wake-up call on Mondays and Wednesdays, 6 a.m. to 6:45 from September 11th through the 18th of October. That will be at School Road Park, but if it rains, we'll have it here in the community room in the Township building. Residents are $60, non-residents $75. We have an after-work hustle, Mondays 6:15 to 7, Thursdays 6:45 to 7:30. That runs from 9/11, September 11th through October 19th, and that will be in the community room here. Residents are 60, non-residents 75. We also have yoga on Thursdays, 5:45 p.m. to 6:30, starting September 14th and running through October 19th. That will be at School Road Park with the rain location here at the community room. Also, residents $60 and non-residents $75. And Zumbini, Fridays at 10 a.m. We're really getting fit in this township. Zumbini. It's Fridays from 10 a.m. to 10:45, and that starts September 15th through October 20th, and that's going to be in the community room here. That's $112. You can register for all of those at hatfieldrec.com. We're also starting a nothing but net outdoor basketball clinics. So the township is partnering with Cal Sports to bring your children 3 basketball clinics this year. So the dates are September 10th, September 17th, and September 24th. Ages 6 to 10 are from 1 to 2:15 p.m. Ages 11 to 14 are 2:30 to 3:45 p.m. The location will be at Hatfield Activity Center Aquatic Center at 2500 Chestnut Street. Price is $25 per child per session. So you can bring them to numerous sessions, but you would have to pay $25 for each. You can register for all 3 clinics at once and receive an additional $10 off at checkout. Children must bring their own basketball. Parents are required to stay through the duration of the program. You can bring your own chairs, and you can register for that at hatfieldrec.com. Rocktoberfest. Doesn't feel like summer is even over yet, and we're talking Rocktoberfest. Rocktoberfest is actually scheduled this year for Saturday, September 30th. So join us from 11 to 3 for a full day of activities, vendors, food, cars, motorcycles, music, and more. If you're interested in registering a car or motorcycle for the show, you can visit the website or stop by the administration building for the forms. And registration is also available at hatfieldrec.com. If you're interested in vendor space, please visit the township website or contact the administration building. This year's event will be held at School Road Park, not up at the Clemens Park. So we will be having live music featuring High Noon and Scott France. And it'll be here before we know it. The Octo Half Marathon is on Sunday, October 1st. The township's hosting the annual Octo Half Marathon. Small town feel with big city amenities. Bib and packet pickup is held at Rocktoberfest the day before, so you can register at runtheday.com. And our fall pickleball schedule starts soon. Mondays and Fridays, 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Wednesdays, 1 to 3. That will be at XL Sports World in Hatfield. And she has, the dates are October 2nd through November 17th. Residents are $10, non-residents $15. Register at hatfieldrec.com. And we have the Hatfield Golf Outing coming Monday, October 9th. The township will host our 18th annual golf outing event. It'll be held at Letter Rock Golf Course. Registration begins at 11 a.m. Price per golfer is $125. It includes lunch, dinner buffets, greens fees, cart, 4 contests, awards, door prizes, and a special participation gift. Is that our whistle?
It's over and above.
It's the mug. Right? It's the mug.
You can contact the township for more information at 215-855-0900. And last but not least, we have a bus trip to Mohegan Sun Pocono Casino. You can join Hatfield Township and Upper Gwinnett Township for a fun-filled autumn bus trip to the casino. That takes place Wednesday, October 18th. Depart from Upper Gwinnett Township at 9 a.m. and depart from the casino at 4 p.m. It's $45 per person. It includes $25 free slot play and a $5 food voucher. Register at hatfieldrec.com. And then there'll be more information on bus trips to Radio City Music Hall, Broadway, and more coming soon.
Quite a bit, great.
Yes, it is.
Thank you. Special thanks to the Park Board for handling Music Feast all summer, and special thanks to Commissioner Thomas for spearheading that, not only this year as a commissioner, but for the many years that she's been involved. Thank you.
Welcome. It's my pleasure.
That entire group does a fantastic job. All right. Public safety, we have a quick announcement. Civil Service Commission met tonight to begin the process of establishing a new eligibility list for the township to hire a police officer. If you or anyone interested in joining the best police force in Pennsylvania, right, Chief? And I mean that very seriously. Please look for a job posting on the township's social media account or in the local newspaper in the coming week. We plan on hiring 1 new police officer by the end of this calendar year. Nothing else for public safety. Finance Committee, Commissioner Andrews.
Yes. The budget process for 2018 will formally begin in September. Department heads will be meeting with the township manager, finance director to discuss needs for next year. There'll be public goal meetings in October and November, and have to be determined and will be announced when they are established. Earned income tax collection has increased in 2017, which is good news. It's a good sign that the residents in Hatfield are making a higher income than last year. Reminder that 1% that each of us has taken out of our paycheck, 0.5% comes to the township, and the other half goes to the North Penn School Board. Transfer tax collection is significantly higher this year than last year, which is a good thing. This is mostly due to few large property transactions and some new construction and a strong real estate market. And bringing to the real estate market, the Philadelphia Inquirer ranked Hatfield Township one of the top 5 towns in the county for increases in the median sales price of homes for the first quarter of this year as compared to last year. Property values for Hatfield Township are increasing, and that's a good thing for all.
All right. We have one action item tonight, which is really the beginning of a discussion related to tree clearance on sidewalks. Aaron, think I should take a motion, or do we want to discuss it first? Or we discuss it first, and then I'll take a motion to advertise.
Thanks, Mr. President. Not the most exciting action item that we've had this year, but one that has come from and recommended by the police department and our code enforcement department. What we're simply recommending that the board consider at next month's meeting in September is to amend our current ordinance to prohibit the growth of trees, any other type of vegetation along the sidewalks, so when people are out walking, they're able to walk through the sidewalk safely without having some of the growth from the branches hanging over them or impeding the walkway, as well as the street. Right now, we just noticed through a few recent incidents, we just noticed that is lacking in our current ordinance. So what this ordinance would say is simply that you need to remain and maintain a clearance of 8 foot on sidewalks. I don't think we have anybody above 8 foot in Hatfield, or they'd be playing for the Sixers, I'm sure, and 14 feet on the road, which clears the majority of, if not all of the vehicles that are coming down the public streets. So 8 foot sidewalks, 14 for public streets. And at this point, if the board would like to move forward with this ordinance, we would just need a motion to advertise. Obviously, then public input would be welcome at the next meeting, and then the board could consider adoption in September.
Is that height?
Height.
How about,
Sidewalk needs to be clear, right? So you need to be able to walk down a sidewalk. And we're saying that even if hanging down has to be 8 foot high, and then that would obviously then cover anything else under 8 foot within that sidewalk walkway.
In terms of enforcement, who would enforce?
It would be similar to a lot of our other items that we have, comparable to tall grass, noise. So code enforcement, police, depending on which is involved in that incident. Yeah,
And we would,
exactly.
typical code enforcement would be that we place the resident on notice of a matter that they need to attend to, certainly well before any action is actually taken. What we're discussing is that whether a provision could be drafted or an ordinance would be drafted for publication for consideration, I guess, at our next meeting, or would it be 2 meetings from now?
It'll be the regular meeting, just to be consistent with when we usually
Right,
approve.
right. So that would be roughly a month from now.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And as you said, Mr. President, I mean, we take a very, what I consider reasonable approach to these items. We have a code enforcement officer who, like you said, will always send more of a heads-up type of notice and give them ample time to fix the situation before it goes any further. I mean, it's more of would like to just have a conversation as a neighbor. Sometimes that doesn't obviously work out, but usually it does.
Right. Any other questions or, yes, Tina?
The legal notice will be in the paper. It's general circulation. It will also be on the website. And I don't know, is it going to be in the newsletter?
We can put it in the newsletter. Yeah, sure, we certainly can. We can put it in the spring newsletter. Our fall newsletter is probably going to be a map, but we can put it in our next newsletter. Also, social media,
Website.
things like that, but spread the word. I know you do.
Right.
Thank you.
And we thank you for it. All right. Any other questions, comments? Yes, sir. Do you mind? That's fine. Go ahead. You can ask.
Right. That's a good. Yes. You answered your own question. It is currently already an ordinance, and the police do a great job. We consider any sightline issues. If someone's having a hard time getting out of an intersection, they can call the administration or the police, and the police will respond and usually send a note to the property owner to make sure they trim that back. Yep. Good suggestion.
Any other questions or comments? All right. Is there a motion to advertise the ordinance that we're discussing there? Proposed ordinance
moved.
regarding the tree clearance on sidewalks?
All right.
That's all right.
So
Motion by
moved.
Commissioner Thomas,
Second.
second by Vice President Hughes. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All in favor of advertisement of that ordinance, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, that is approved. We can have the ordinance drafted and then advertised for further consideration, future consideration.
All right.
And further consideration. All right, we're going to move on to the Township Manager's Report.
Thanks, Mr. President. Just a brief update to a topic that we discussed last month regarding providing tax relief for our volunteer firefighters in both fire companies, Comer and Hatfield. As you know, the board authorized these incentives and this relief for these individuals. And I think we had mentioned last month that it would be in a position to approve it this month. However, the legislation specifically requires an additional period of time for public notice as well as a public hearing, which is different than what the first-class township code requires. So we will have a public hearing at the regular meeting in September, and then the board will be in a position to approve this tax relief, which obviously is a very good thing for our volunteers. And since the last discussion, I've heard from many of them, and they're all very excited and thankful for this piece of legislation. So thanks to the commissioners.
All right, agreed. I had a number of people come and thank us, and Commissioner Rogers is not here tonight, but it was his initiative that started this, so thanks very much to him and the staff for putting that all together.
Better vote on it tonight then. No.
I wish you could.
All right, Aaron, anything else?
That's all, Mr. President.
All right, Solicitor's Report.
Nothing to report tonight.
All right, then we're moving right along. Citizens' comments. Any citizens' comments? All right, seeing none before. Yes, Bud. Bud, do you want to come on over?
Inline Lexington Speedway. And it's the worst I've ever seen. Identification, some of these things, I love Mustangs. There's a blue with a white stripe, there's a white one with a blue stripe. Both of them are extremely fast. The motorcycles, I'm waiting for the crash. I live right on the curves. If I pull out and make a left, I cannot see this curve. I pull out, there's somebody on my tail end right away. If I come up the other way, I go through 15 miles an hour, and then I have to put on a turning signal. This really infuriates the people. My God, he's not only going slow, but he's going to go in a driveway. And you get all sorts of, it's getting worse. I worry about the kids during the summer riding their bikes to the pool. We used to be able to walk the dog out there. We can't even walk on Line Lexington Road at this time. And it's getting worse. There's no question about it. It's the fastest I have. They'll come out of the curve, especially the cycles, and then they'll just hit it. And it's, I don't know what the speed they're doing. The intersection is nice. It's nice and clean. All the markings that we put up there, I think it just makes it easier for them to go faster. I don't know if there's a speed limit we could slow down or not. 35, you get up to 35, they're not even close to 35. Once they make that turn and they can shoot down there, they really get on it. And I can you hear more in the summertime. Your windows are open and you're more aware of it, so there's no question. The cement trucks, they're a joy. I can't even call anymore. They know my phone number, so they'll hang up. I'm afraid we're going to dump one of these times. And the sign is 15 miles an hour on that very sharp turn. And they do come down there. You can hear them break in and everything. And I know there's a truck a couple of years ago dumped a barrel from a cement truck on 113 out near, it was a crossing down, and I know where that happened. So anyway, I'm all behind you, the folks. Go get them.
Got it.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Bud. Appreciate it. All right, any other citizens' comments? Yes, sir. Bill?
Would you like one?
You're not eating, Bill.
All right, before we have a motion to adjourn, I need to announce that the board is going to meet in executive session to discuss litigation. And with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
By Commissioner Thomas, second by Vice President Hughes. All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, we are adjourned. Thanks for coming out, folks.